Spending the last 10 days away at the horse trials with wife Julie. I said, how did it go? He said, oh, just amazing. I spent 80% of my time in the car park looking at the floats. He said it was incredible, and yeah, loved his time away at that, but he'll be loving his time out here once again with this marvellous trotter. King Denny, he looks very relaxed.
Yeah, he does. He's got obviously race fitness on his side because he was here last week. The horse I want to touch on is Jack Adjust. He's probably the forgotten horse, good enough to win at Cup time, Greg, and I thought he was just average last week. He didn't trot that squirrely around the last bend.
He just has problems on that final bend, even when he staying put to King Casler, staying in its same spot, which is hardly surprising. He's always had a few issues with that last bend, and last week it was clearly evident.
Yeah, it was. He scrambled around it and he lost 2 or 3 lengths. But I think if they go hard like they did in the Dominion, he'd be getting home strong. He's a good roughie in the race for Johnny Cox, who I believe is heading towards a new stable.
That's right. He's at Ken Barron's now, working there in the mornings and doing a couple of his own in the afternoons. We've grabbed a couple of minutes for Wanganui, by the way, so they've gone back a couple of minutes with the delay to the start here. In the first leg of the quaddie, what that will be doing, Craig Thompson, is increasing the pool for the final quaddie tonight, and that should be well in excess of $20,000.
Yeah, worth playing into. Of course, they've got the first 4 tonight, 2 in the last race tonight, Greg. That $10,000 injection there, as well as Alexandra Park. So we'll look forward to that, the last. But they're in behind the mobile again. Take number 2 after a false start the first time. Favourite starts in that spot. Barrier number 3, Stent. The Fred Shaw Memorial New Zealand Trotting Champs over the 2,600 metres. Here's Mark McNamara.
There you Craig, and take 2 with King Casler scoring up again in barrier number 2. Now Master Lavros is going roughly. He was going roughly in the score up. He's back into a trot now. Clover Dom, that false start's fried him right up.
50.
Won't have been a friend to a few of these, that false start. See who handles it best. Here comes a Group 1 winner. Red light. Oh, King Casler's galloped again. That might be the end of King Casler, I'd imagine. We'll wait till it's confirmed. But under the rules, unless she was checked from inside or out, which is the only thing that could save her this time, King Casler will make her way back to the barn and be a withdrawal. But we do wait for that, importantly, to be confirmed. Peter Lamb's on the 2-way. And she's at 36 and 5. And John Dunn, he knows. She was at fault. She's out. So Stent now draws barrier 2, which just changes everything because Clover Don's no longer on his back. Master Lavros is. Well, yeah, there she is, getting to the turn, Greg. Just getting herself unbalanced again, King Casler. Just on the point of the turn, up in the air, Master Lavros drawn in behind. And as I said, unless something inside or out had made contact, that was the only thing that was going to save her. It didn't. Stent's now drawn 2. He's keen as. Clover Don was as keen as in the score-up. This just opens this race up remarkably.
Yeah, it's not helping our hot favourite here. You saw him on the toe, particularly after the first false start, and that has not changed. If anything, he's got worse.
He's worse, Greg. I just watched him going into the back straight.
Colin's doing the right thing here. He's put him behind Clover Don, who was in the same camp, and he was getting pretty fired up too, and just trying to get him more relaxed. But it changes the dynamics of the front row, clearly, and the back row for that matter. With Stent coming into barrier 2 means Master Lavros follows him out, and now Clover Don follows out Shimon. That brings those other runners that were wider out, which of those only Prime Power was likely to go forward. But judging by the way that Stent has certainly been in the score up, I don't think Colin would have any choice but to be running the gate anyway.
Yeah, he's definitely going to go forward now. But what it has taken out a little bit out of him now, it was 2,600 metres. They've probably had 2 false starts. So now gone probably 2,800 metres by the time they get this underway, Greg.
Yeah, well, let's hope it doesn't affect his chances. We'll be able to get a lot of the drivers' reactions after the race for the box seat next Wednesday night, and this will be take 3 of the Fred Shaw and the Wanganui Greyhounds. They are only 3 minutes away. They might be switched to trackside 2, but they may well even go first here, so they may well go first the greyhounds, but we await confirmation of that. So forget about that. Might go to another channel. They might be going before this Addington race. So if that is the case, we will have a short turnaround to the Derby, so we may well have a delay to the start of that too. So anyway, we're awaiting confirmation of that. There's 2.5 minutes away from the Wanganui Greyhounds, and who knows what time we're going to start this race and just how fired up. That horse there looks very relaxed.
I was just going to say that, Greg.
He's the big winner here, I think.
I think he is. I think he was never on the gate in either of the two starts. He was just sitting back, and Dexter was seeing what was happening, and what we're seeing beside him was Stent pulling very hard. Cloverdon was getting on the nickel and behind him. Kincaster was having a gallop. Master Lavros was having a gallop. Dexter was thinking, this is looking very nice for him, but...
All right, we need to get to Mark Rosanowski so he can preview race number 10, and it appears, Mark, that we will be running this Group 1 race off the back of your tent.
Thanks, Greg. Look back with you shortly. We've been put back 2 minutes to 8:30, so that's now less than 2 minutes out. Here for a Class 4 sprint, the Wanganui Security, first leg of the last treble. Look on 2, 3, 4 and 5. Another really tight go here. Dog 7 and shot, Serena Rose, a daughter of Little Mother. And in the foreground, 2 Armed Forces, the 5 dog for Matt Roberts. Favourite at the moment, Super Zips at number 4 at $2.50, got form on the board. There's 2 downgraders from Class 5 here. I thought they could feature the 2 Opawa Shaden and the 3 Allegro Master, even though their form looks a bit ugly. It has been in stronger company. They are drawn outside Felia, who likes to ease away from the rail off the inside, so that could make life interesting. And Super Zip Zip, the 4, has been racing well. A couple of good runs in this grade since winning Class 3 back and beating the informed Corborn Midget, who goes around in the last sum of rugs. Option 1,010, $1.90 under 12.5 and $1.80 for the overs. I'm firmly playing the unders, but you couldn't write off the chances of those outside dogs. Again, another of those types of fields. Dog 5 Armed Forces, another recent downgrader. Got back to Class 4 last week, and the 4th behind Mighty Magic was fair enough, not too far away. The 8 dog Matilda's Babe is racing well without winning in a wee while. She's over 4 now, but she's still racing pretty well. She's an 11 race winner. Outside draw, she's won a couple from there before, and she ran second a fortnight ago behind Bolt Allegro at her last start. Fairly off the inside, she's been relatively good to me, but she does like to use a wee bit of the track. She's won a couple from box number 1, but that has been earlier in her career. We're going bang on the new start time here by the looks. Loading away here, Wanganui Security, Failure, Allegro Master, Armed Forces, Serena Rose, Opawa Shaden, Super Zip Zip, Homebush Churro, Matilda's Babe. That's the field. And we're lined and ready for race number 10. Super Zip Zip, the favourite off the 4, was set. Racing, Super Zip Zip just midfield. Felia gets out quite nicely. Homebush Churro goes forward. Opawa Shaden tries to drive through the inside, slingshotting them right round the outside. Matilda's Babe and goes clear from Opawa Shaden. Allegro Master further back in the race, then to Armed Forces. Super Zip Zip, Homebush Churro, Matilda's Babe is in. Allegro Master runs to second from Opawa Shaden. Further back then to Armed Forces, Super Zip Zip, Felia, Homebush Churro, Serena Rose. Matilda's Babe takes it out for John MacArthur. Let's get back for the latest Group 1 at Addington Raceway with Greg O'Connor.
For that, Mark, confirmation of those dividends shortly. There is Stent and Colin DeFilippi trying to keep him as settled as he possibly can. There is what he's been doing whilst that greyhound race was on. He's had him out on the grass, just trying to keep him mentally cool before he goes out in an attempt to win his 6th Group 1 of the season. As we have a look at take 3 very shortly of the Fred Shaw Memorial New Zealand Trotting Championship, and he's drifted somewhat. He's $1.75 now. Money comes for King Denny, and the big winners out of this, Craig, have been Shimon and King Denny. As the gate rolls, Mark, we head to you for the Group 1 Fred Shaw Memorial New Zealand Trotting Championship.
Cheers, Greg. Take number 3, in they come. Here we go this time, surely. Fortunately, King Castler's a late scratching, caused 2 full starts. Getting there this time. Green light. 3rd time lucky. And beginning fast out of the middle, King Denny. Speed coming from Stent, but not as much as King Denny, and Prime Power shooting over 2. Valmain will position up 3 back the inside. 1 over to Moon goes to the breeze, and Stent to the 1-1. Then Balkan. Master Lavros is going to land on the back of Stent. Then came Shimon. Length and a half, Clover Don from Jack Adjusty, Springbank Sam, Alleyway, and King of Strathfield. Prime Power leads. King Denny trails but left that spot. Valmain's running 3rd, and Master Lavros is charging around the field to go and join the leaders. So much so King Denny went back in again, and they are smoking along. 1 over to Moon's running 5th. Vulcan's next to the inside of Stent. 1.5, Shimon trailed by Clover Don. Next, Jack Adjusty. 2 to Springbank Sam, 2.5 Alleyway. And 2 lengths to King of Strathfield, who's last. Along the back, short of a lap and a half to go. And it's Master Lavros and Mark Jones, a length and a half, Prime Power. King Denny pocketed, 3 back the inside by 1 over to Moon. Valmain 4 back the inside of Stent, and a length and a half, Shimon. 5 deep on the pegs is Vulcan. Then Clover Don, and a length and a half, Jack Adjusty from Springbank Sam Alleyway, and 2 lengths to King of Strathfield. After a very fast first half lap, they have backed it off a whole lot now, so much so Clover Don latched on and he took off. Lead time 1:14.8, and Master Lavros leads by 2 on Prime Power. Middle 1 over to Moon, and 3 wide Clover Don. Stent's about to go 3 back the outside row as King Denny's 3 back the inside line. Valmain's next to the pegs, inside of Shimon. Then Jack Adjusty around Balkan, Springbank Sam, Alleyway, and King of Strathfield. Homeward lap in the Fred Shaw Memorial New Zealand Trotting Championship at Group 1. First quarter 31, and it's the big boy. It's Master Lavros by a length. Second, Clover Don, and third, the Northerner Prime Power. 1 over to Moon is 1 over the 1-1 trail. 3 back along the inside is King Denny. They were followed by Stent. 4 deep on the pegs is Valmain, and then came Shimon. A length and a half, Jack Adjusty around Balkan. 2 to Springbank Sam, 1.5 Alleyway, and 2 lengths to King of Strathfield, who's last. Along the back they go, and it's Master Lavros, 700 to go. A length and a half. Second, Clover Don. Prime Power's had a pretty good trip after handing up the lead. Waits for the stun and Cullen at Pineleaf Farm passing lane. Second quarter 30.3, 61.3 for the half. 1 over to Moon is 1 out and 1 back. And then came King Denny as the leader's off. Stents next from Valmain, but Master Lavros shot away. Put 3 lengths on Prime Power. Clover Don's gone. King Denny's working into the clear from 1 over to Moon and Stents. Third quarter in 30.1. Master Lavros leads by 2. Prime Power closing in. King Denny to the inside. Stent down the middle. And Shimon deep on the passing lane. 1:20 to go. Master Lavros leads. But here comes Stent. Stent went up to Master Lavros. And here's a million reasons for Colin John Francis to Philippi to smile. Stent won it. Beat Master Lavros and Shimon. Then King Denny. Next in 1 over to Moon, Alleyway, and Springbank Sam. They were flying home. Next in, Jack Adjusty from Valmain, King of Strathfield. And then came Balkan, Clover Don, and Prime Power. Welcome to the Millionaires Club Stent. Colin de Philippi at 180 and 130. Master Lavros, Mark Jones, did all he could to beat them. He pays 280. And Shimon up along the inside, number 4 at 190. 29.5 the last quarter. 2 minutes 0.9 for the last mile. And he's won it by a length. He didn't panic, Colin. He just eased out. When Mark shot away with the big horse, Master Lavros, he's been able to close right in and showed he's exceptionally good. Exceptional. Trotting qualities, more so than good. He's a wonderful horse. Especially chasing down Master Lavros, who he was good tonight, Craig, because 2 full starts when he was directly involved in them was never going to help him. He shot away. They'll be a lot happier at the Master Lavros camp, but wow, Stent, welcome to the Millionaires Club, boy.
Absolutely, Mark. Nice call too. Stent, driven very confidently by Colin de Philippi, didn't move to about the 400, and at that point, Mark Jones, who was one of the best in the business, stole a winning break, I thought. He had 4 lengths on him at the top of the straight, but Colin let him loose at about the 200-metre marker, and after Master Lavros had worked very hard middle stages, he just tired late, but big run by Stent out wide, picks up Master Lavros. Shimon up the passing lane for Dexter Dunn, very good run into third, but yeah, Master Lavros much better this week. We're only about a minute and a half or a minute away from our feature at Alexandra Park. It is the Cumulus Stakes for the 4 and 5 year olds. It features Ideal Bell, who was back at Alexandra Park a fortnight ago. First up, winner for Barry Purdon, and Zach Butcher takes to drive again. Late scratching in this race. Number 1, Snooky, comes out. Ideal Bell on top for me. I thought one of the bets of the night. Dangers, definitely Wesley Silcox. The winner of its last 2 at Alexandra Park has looked very good. 30 seconds out from the Cumulus Stakes. Aaron White, as we come to you, an exciting contest here. Stent taking out the Group 1. Good to see Ideal Bell winning first up at the park a fortnight ago.
Yeah, you did right there, Craig. Yes, well done to Colin and Julie DeFilippi, Trevor Casey and the whole team behind Stent. Great to see him get to that Millionaires Club too, and didn't he do that with just ease? He's our best trotter, that is for sure, right now, Stent, and there's plenty more that he could win over the coming years as well. And I'm pretty sure that Trevor Casey would like one of those nice row cups on the mantelpiece too. Shouldn't be too far away from seeing him back up here to maybe secure that title. Right, our feature race at Group 3, the Huapai Tavern Cumulus Stakes, just down to the half a dozen with that late scratching of Snooky. 4, 3, 5, 7. Should be a good contest. Ideal Bell, she negotiated the standing start nicely. Her first attempt back on the 13th of March. She's definitely the one to beat the American Ideal mare, Zach Butcher, Barry Purdon. 3, Beyond the Silence. Well, we know he'll step and run. Lynn Neal, he's been placed in some of our good races, including the Franklin Cup, the Spring and Summer Cups. He was placed in as well, Beyond the Silence. I think the 2,700 metres will suit him down to the ground. 5, Wesley Silcox, scored nicely both nights of the Auckland Cup Festival. No reason why he can't get some of this. Morris McKendry for Robert Dunn. And 7, Ideal Success. Well, he's certainly been the flavour out on the grass tracks. Well, not only on the grass tracks, he did win the Cumu Cup, the Country Cup here over the 2. As these paces face up to a starter, Frank Phelan. Feature pace, the Huapai Tavern Cumulus Stakes at Group 3, and the Barrier Strands release as they did, or going off stride for a couple of strides. Ideal Bell. Wesley Silcox also took a wee while to hit his hopples, but he's down and pacing now. He'll go back to last, as First Home will lead them over change time as they turn off the back and work the showgrounds turn. 3 lengths or 4 lengths away, Ideal Bell. The favourite will settle down in third. Beyond the Silence has the mares back, and they're followed then by the King of the Country Cups for the season, Ideal Success. He's back second last for Anna Donnelly, and on his back is Wesley Silcox for the Magic Man, Morris McKendry. Scotty Phelan in First Home through the home straight, a length and a half. Change time, and Brent Mangos in the trail, and 3 back, Ideal Success. Zach Butcher as the favourite in midfield with Beyond the Silence, Lynn Neal, then Ideal Success, and back last Wesley Silcox. 2 circuits left to go as they work the stables corner, and First Home, the son of Better's Delight, running for a performance incentive bonus tonight too, and he leads them along at a nice clip here too. Change time, she gets the nice run on the trail, the Christian Cullen mare, and 3 back is the favourite Ideal Bell. On her back is Beyond the Silence, then Ideal Success, and Wesley Silcox. So the order remains the same in the Group 3, the Huapai Tavern Cumulus Stakes for 2015, as they click off the lead time now in 1:26.8. So it's been a comfortable lead for First Home. Into the back straight coming up over change time. Ideal Bell, 3 back on the inside, the American Ideal mare, tracked up by Beyond the Silence, the 5-year-old son of Courage Under Fire, then Ideal Success, another of the progeny for American Ideal. As the move start now, Ideal Bell comes away from 3 back the inside to go and issue a challenge for the lead as they work into the lane. And Wesley Silcox, he's back last, another son of Courage Under Fire. 1,200 to go, 30 and 7 the opening quarter. Ideal Bell leads, but here's Beyond the Silence coming up to measure motors, down to the Judge Bell, 1 to the trail is First Home. Change time away from the markers to secure the 1-1. On its back is Ideal Success, and back last still Wesley Silcox. Stables corner final time. Ideal Bell, the Cumulus Stakes favourite, will work them into the back final time over Beyond the Silence, and now trailing First Home second quarter. Not up on the board. Change time in the 1-1. There followed then back in the field was Ideal Success and Wesley Silcox. 6:50 left to go. go. Ideal Bell, she's running along strongly. Zach Butcher swinging on her, 2 out in front. Over beyond the silence. First Home travels well enough in the trail. Change time 1-1. Back over on the inside as they turn off the back. Wesley Silcox. Ideal Success about to come forward out 3 wide. 400 to go. Beyond the silence has gone to Ideal Bell here. Now Ideal Bell, the favourite, she was travelling beautifully down the back. She's gone in a stride. Beyond the silence, First Home, Change time, Ideal Success, Wesley Silcox. Let's hope everything's A-OK with Ideal Bell. 150 to go beyond the silence. Ideal Success closes in strongly in Wesley Silcox. It is beyond the silence. Wesley Silcox passing lane and Ideal Success. These three to fight out the QMU Stakes. Wesley Silcox. He'll go back to back and the Magic Man in. Ideal Success second, Beyond the Silence third, then First Home, Change time. And the way she was travelling down the back, I'm gobsmacked. She's run a distant last. Ideal Bell, 323.5, Home and 28.5. And let's hope everything's A-OK with her. Ideal Bell, she's finished a long last, but take nothing away from the winner, Wesley Silcox. He's come from the back of the pack to pick up the Huapai Tavern QMU Stakes at Group 3.
Official placings, race 6, the Group 3 Huapai Tavern QMU Stakes. 573-264. 573-264. Horse 5, Wesley Silcox, paced the 2,700 metres from a stand and a handicap and a net time of 3:22.7. Mile rate of 2 minutes 0.9. Last 857.3, the 428.5. The margin's 3/4 of a length, a half head, 2 lengths. 573-264, race 6, the Group 3 Huapai Tavern QMU Stakes.
Ladies and gentlemen, our feature race goes the way of Wesley Silcox. He puts together 3 fine victories here under the ribbon of light at Alexandra Park. His 4th victory on this track at 6 attempts. His 8th victory overall at just 12 starts. Raced by GM Stoddart along with the KF Schmack, RK McCutcheon and SR Leadley. Home First Breeding Limited bred the Courage Under Fire 4-year-old Brown Gelding out of Falcon's Goddess. Robert Dunn doing the training out of Pukekohe. Second winner on the program tonight for RJ. And the Magic Man Morris McHenry, the New Zealand Trotting Hall of Fame sponsored rangeman, back at the head of the field. Gail Neal down there representing the Huapai Tavern for the Group 3 QMU Stakes for 2015. Auckland, QMU Trotting Club President Royden Downey also there in attendance. 7 Ideal Success for second. American Ideal Bay 4-year-old gelding out of Mahia Glen, raced by PG Argus and DB Donnelly. Anna Donnelly trained at Cambridge. Anna doing the driving. And Beyond the Silence will secure third in the QMU Stakes. Courage Under Fire, Rachel Romance, 5-year-old bay gelding, raised by the estate of F.R. Bebbington, along with Mrs. L.M. and A.P. Neal. Andrew and Lynn Neal trained at Cambridge, and Lynn Neal. Totes will see 5 Wesley Silcox return, 340 and 220. 340, 220, 7 Ideal Success at $3.10, 310, and 3 Beyond the Silence, no third dividend. Quinella returns $14.10, 14.10. Trifecta 116 even, 116. And the first 4, $386, 386. 5.13 and 5 in the treble, $130.40, $130.40. Right, the second of the kids' carts out on the track. Drill Force Kids Carts 400 metre pony trot. Second of the Kids Carts action tonight. Scooby, Sapphire, Forsyth for the Kimu Kids Carts. Dole and Harrison, Darby, Franklin. Jellybean, Ashley, Dixon, Franklin. Sparky, Shannon, McEwen, Kimu. Dainty, Amber, Michelle, Franklin. Georgie Boy, Nirvana, McLaughlin, Kimu. Toby, Yesiah, Dixon, Franklin. Highway Hopscotch, Taitlin, Hanara, Kimu. Porcelain, Dole, Brittany, Edwards, Franklin. Casper, Kate Coppins out of the Waikato Kids Carts. Angus, Nate Delaney, Franklin. Silver Lining, Jordan Bublets, Waikato. And Dusty also from the Waikato Kids Carts with Nessie Chirin.
15 the overall time. Mark Jones going for home, but Colin DeFilippi just a little bit too strong.
Yeah, he was, and you caught up with Colin DeFilippi afterwards, Greg, and this is what he had to say to you.
Deserves that.
Thanks, Greg. Yeah, I think he does, and let's hope he hadn't stopped yet.
Look, what he showed tonight, or what you showed, is your absolute confidence in him, because you didn't have to leave. You chose where you wanted to be in the run, and you were confident enough you had the speed to pick them up.
That's about right, Greg. Yeah, he's pretty versatile, and no, I've got full faith in the horse.
All right, turning for home, Master Lavros, your old arch rival. Gee, he had a decent break on you. Were you always confident you were able to pick him up?
Oh, no. A horse like him, he's won a Dominion and a Rowe Cup. You can't be that confident, but I felt pretty good at the same time, so I knew I'd give him a fright.
All right, the season's not over either. Of course, he's got the Rowe Cup ahead of him to complete what has been a remarkable 12 months for him. So a trip north beckons.
Definitely, Greg. Yeah, looking forward to it.
All right, congratulations to you, CJ. Well done.
Thanks.
So Colin DeFilippi, disappointments out of the race. Prime Power loomed up like he was going to, get some of the money, but he rolled into a break. So things not 100% with him.
Good run,
Shimon was good. Yeah.
Really good. Just got held up across the top, and Dexter went to the passing lane, and he's closed in late. He's probably gone down about a length, Greg. So very good run. But of course, next of our features will be the Derby, where we've got Follow the Stars, $1.75 against his arch rival, who's beaten him over his last two starts, and have faith in him.
Yeah, it's going to be a terrific race, and great trotting race that was the previous. But the 103rd running of the Derby. Let's have a look at the favourite, Follow the Stars. He's $1.75 and 104. He's won the 13 from 18, 4 seconds in that career performances as well. And look, he was beaten in the Northern Derby on his merits. Have faith in me. I know he sat in the trail and this horse had to come from the outside, but he was very, very good.
He was good. I think he'll lead up tonight. I think they've got to use the draw. They'll get across Brilliant Strike at the start. I don't see any other pressure coming than on another Perd and Rasmussen runner. So he gets his chance to beat Have Faith in Me tonight. And I think that's where the money's been coming the last 48 hours from, because they reckon he can lead and win.
There is Have Faith in Me. The brother too, of course, Adore Me. He's won the 6 from 11 and $360,000 now. Let's hear from Mark Purdon talking us through the All-Stars runners for this year's Derby. Mark, a 4-pronged attack going into the Derby. Were you disappointed with Follow the Stars? He wasn't able to pick up the other horse last week?
Well, yes and no, Greg. I mean, the other horse, you've just got to look at him and what he's done this season and just realise he is a very, very good horse. So he went close, but he just wasn't good enough on the night.
He led up from the widest front row barrier draw in the Northern Derby. Does he have to lead tonight?
Look, I hope so, Greg. You never know what happens, but it is the best draw he's had in one of these big races.
Yeah, all right, and you're pleased with him at home? He's given you all signs that he's here in 100% condition tonight.
Yes, he has, Greg. Yeah, I'm very pleased with him.
It's better to win's had a more checkered preparation for tonight. What are your expectations around him with Mark Jones aboard?
Yes, look, I'm sure Mark will give him his chance, but I've had him in better shape, and tonight he's here, but I could be happier with him.
There's only been 2 horses win the Sires, the 2 Derbies and the Sale Series final. One of them you trained yourself, Alva Colo. This horse, Have Faith in Me, gets a rare opportunity tonight.
Yes, and look, you just can't underrate him. He's got to be the one to beat. He can come from behind. He does it tough, and he's very versatile. He's got the all-round game, and he's come through last week great. So he's here tonight, pretty fit and well.
In the last year, Team Mark has hugged the wind. Look, very game in Australia behind Ideal for Real. Had the flip-flops on last week, and Natalie just saying that minor shoeing change for this week.
Yes, yeah, that's right. I'm not sure whether that would make a significant difference, but just in saying that, he's certainly better for the run last week, and his track work's been very good this week.
Can you split your top here? Can you, in your own mind, think that either Follow the Stars or Have Faith in Me are better than one another, or is it more about the run?
Look, I'd have to favour Have Faith in Me on what he's done. As I say, he's come from behind, he's done it parked, he can do it in front, so he's got the all-round game.
Can he turn it back here, Follow the Stars?
His charge is there, and now
he's thinking at this stage, Have Faith in Me's had the measure on him, and I think the only reason the punters are going for Follow the Stars is because of the draw. He's going to posse up in front of that runner. Greg, this horse, Have Faith in Me, he's just improved and improved and improved. As we talk about the Purdon runners, 3 or 4 months ago, he wasn't top of the pile. He is at the moment. I mean, the gap's closed between 2 and 3-year-olds, and we've seen Follow the Stars now as being a dominant 2-year-old. That gap is significantly closed.
He's a good horse, Hug the Wind. He was disappointing last week, expecting a better run tonight, and his record here at Addington's very good. He was placed in the Sire Stakes, as we know, placed in the New South Wales Derby. He needs a wall, really, though, to be a winning chance.
Well, I think so. From his draw, he does. I think the best bet in the race is Brilliant Strike for a place. If Follow the Stars is staying in front, he's your trailer. He's a great chance on a hot speed.
Yeah, I really like this horse. I think he's got a huge future ahead of him. He's by shadow play. He's doing some great things in Australia, and he's won the 6 from 13. And be interesting to start here. Does Ricky May put the aerial up and say, I want to find out how good this guy is?
Is there anyone outside the Purdon Rasmussen runners that you can see going forward?
Oh, not really. No, I can't. Smithy, no. It's better to win, no. Union, no. They've pulled the blinds off him today. Okay. So, the galloping hood on last week and couldn't cross-hug the win, so no. The interesting horse, we haven't talked about McArdle Star. I know he's probably outclassed here, but he's got a big motor too, so he could be put in the race at some stage.
Well, yeah, he's an outside place chance at best, I would have thought, but coming up against this grade, but he's a handy horse. Looking forward to this, Greg. Another Group 1, the Mascara Standardbreds New Zealand Derby. We head upstairs, join Mark McNamara for his call on race number 8.
Thank you, Craig, and the gate's well on its way. Is it a case of Follow the Stars? V, Have Faith in Me, as most punters expect? Or is there a little twist coming in the Derby? It's not a big field, and they're ready to go. For the 3-year-old 200k feature, racing. Brilliant Strike away fast, Follow the Stars went away quickly. Have Faith in Me just came out a little awkwardly and veered out a touch. Smithy went through to 3rd, It's Better to Win 4th. Have Faith in Me dragging back to be 5th from Art Union McArdle Star. And last of all is Hug the Wind. It's a pretty easy lead for Follow the Stars. Brilliant Strike is happy to trail him. Smithy's 2 lengths away 3rd, and It's Better to Win 2.5 back 4th. A couple of lengths to Have Faith in Me, same distance Art Union. And then McArdle Star and Hug the Wind is the only one away from the pegs, and it's just going to work up without cover. Follow the Stars leads, turning to the back, 2,000 to run. Speed's not too bad either. Second is Brilliant Strike, and running 3rd Smithy. 2 lengths away 4th. It's Better to Win, 1.5 lengths, Have Faith in Me. 2 to Art Union from Hug the Wind and McArdle Star. It's Better to Win, Have Faith in Me, Art Union and Hug the Wind are now all away from the inside. The leader is Follow the Stars, 1,800 to go. Margins 1.5 lengths. Second, Brilliant Strike, and running 3rd Smithy. Over on the inside of It's Better to Win. Have Faith in Me is 1 out and 1 back, but racing 5th, 2 in front of Art Union. Hug the Wind is second, last and 1.5 lengths away. Last of all is McArdle Star. 1450 metres left to go, and the lead time paced in 1:14.2. Pretty solid going, as you'd expect for the Derby. And the leader is Follow the Stars, 1.5 lengths over Brilliant Strike, who trails. Smithy runs 3rd, It's Better to Win's ahead away 4th. 1.5 lengths to Have Faith in Me. And then came Art Union, second last Hug the Wind, and McArdle Star is last of all, and Have Faith in Me's left his trailing spot, and he'll go and park outside Follow the Stars. Homeward lap now, the Mascara Standardbreds New Zealand Derby, and it's the 2 favourites with the first quarter in 30.5. Follow the Stars leads. Have Faith in Me didn't handle that bend out of the straight all that well. Again, he was just hanging out a bit. Leaders back, running 3rd is Brilliant Strike. It's Better to Win 4th, and Smithy 3 back the inside. 1.5 lengths Art Union from Hug the Wind and McArdle Star is last. To the back at the half mile, and Follow the Stars leads by 1 length. Second, Have Faith in Me, and Brilliant Strike has followed Follow the Stars everywhere. It's Better to Win 4th. Smithy 5th on the inside from Art Union. 3 wide, Hug the Wind, and straight on the back of him is McArdle Star. 600 to go. Follow the Stars. Purdon had a little look over the shoulder. Second quarter, 29.6, 60.1 for the half. Have Faith in Me's honing in. There's a neck between them. Brilliant Strike is waiting for the Stunning Cullen at Pineleaf Farm passing lane. Then came It's Better to Win and Art Union. On the inside, Follow the Stars and Have Faith in Me. There's a head between them. Brilliant Strike third from It's Better to Win. Third quarter, 27.8. Follow the Stars, hard driven. Have Faith in Me just jogged up on his outside. And then came Brilliant Strike. Have Faith in Me has left Follow the Stars in his wake. And the best 3-year-old in the country is going to cap it off with the derby. Have Faith in Me, brilliant. Beat Follow the Stars and Brilliant Strike. It's Better to Win fourth. Then came McArdle Star, Hug the Wind, Art Union, and last in a Smithy. 5 Have Faith in Me, 270 and 110. 2 Follow the Stars $1, and 1 Brilliant Strike 190. He hasn't just beaten him, he's just run past him for fun. Mark Purdon had to lift the reins at Follow the Stars, and Tim Williams was sitting there as quietly as a turtle and just left him. Brilliant Strikes run third. Last quarter is in 27.6. The last mile in 1:55.5. And Have Faith in Me has won the Mascara Standard Breds New Zealand Derby with ridiculous ease at the end, and it wasn't easy. He went back. He came around at the bell, and then he put Follow the Stars to the sword, and has just proven, boys, that by far he is the best 3-year-old pacing colts or gelding in New Zealand.
Absolutely, Mark McNamara. Can absolutely concur with what you're saying. He did it tough last week. He's done it tougher this week because they've gone very good time on a hot speed into a headwind. He sat outside Follow the Stars, and it was the arrogance at the top of the straight. He went past him inside 50 metres. Have Faith in Me. This one by Better's Delight out of Excuse Me. Beautifully bred. Beats Follow the Stars. Brilliant Strike. Perfect run in the trail. Has run third. But Have Faith in Me. 7 wins from 12 starts. Keeps up that wonderful strike rate. And again, Tim Williams put him in the race with a round left to go. Let's get the judges' call on the back of that. We'll head to Wanganui.
1 Follow the Stars, and third 1 Brilliant Strike. Fourth has gone to 4 It's Better to Win from 7 McArdle Star and 8 Hug the Wind. 5, 2, 1, 4, 7, 8. The margins 1 3/4 lengths, 1 3/4 lengths, 1 1/2 lengths, 1 1/4 lengths. The winner's time was 3:09.2, a mile rate of 1:57.1. The last 855 seconds, last 427.4.
And here at Hat Trick Raceway, racingtips.co.nz, greyhounds to the boxes, they're lined and ready, second line going forward. Senorita Tina, a $3.40 favourite. Last one down the outside is Homebush Ginger. Bunny on the move for race number 11. Just about set. Racing, Senorita Tina, a fair break the inside, hopping out nicely. There was some Mantixes, followed through by Stellar Force. On the outside then we've got, Ginger Cole going forward, getting badly checked. There would have been Grand Allegro, Big Boy Dino trying to get past that, wheeling around the outside, Crystal Wave, but up to the corner, galloping right away, Senorita Tina to score nicely here from Ginger Cole. Stellar Force home in third spot. They'd be followed then by out wide Crystal Wave with Big Boy Dino back with them. Further back, Semantics. Grand Allegro was in bad trouble and Homebush Ginger not in the call. Senorita Tina off the inside justifies the favouritism for Marcy Flip. Clocks a 17.59 for a first win here on this track with a run home of 10.68. And it's 1, 7, 2 and 4 in a pretty rough affair. Got out well, Senorita Tina won it at the break. Semantics was there early with Stellar Force the inside. Semantics and Grand Allegro seemed to get into trouble at about the same time, so whether Grand Allegro got up on Semantics, but they went back through the field. One in for an easy win over the 7. Stellar Force held third ahead of Crystal Wave, and Big Boy Dino next in. The other 3 were in a line in behind. 6.91 the lead up, 10.68 as mentioned, run home 17.59 was the winner's time. Margins were 3 1/4 lengths, by 2 3/4 lengths by 1 length. Senorita Tina, a black bitch by El Grand Senor out of Curly Jane. 4, M Flip and J Flip and Marcy Flip trains at Foxton win. Drawn right through at 6 out of 19, I think it is. There's Marcy back at the head of the field with Senorita Tina taking out race number 11 on the card. Race number 12, as we look at the board, is the Book Your Function at Hattrick. It's another Class 4 sprint. One Class 3 gets in off the ballot. That's Botany Zenvo into box 1, 2 with the scratchings of the 1 and the 10. And we wrap up the night's racing tonight at 9:29. Worth noting too, if you haven't caught up with the New Zealand Derby field at Group 1 level and the Team McDonald Cup at Group 2 level, those fields have been drawn. They're on the dogs.co.nz website. Those races at Cambridge next Thursday. And of course we've got a Group 2 on Monday at 4:24. The North Island Challenge Stakes across at Palmerston North. A very, very nice field for that on Monday afternoon. There's the result. So Mark will hand back to you, and no doubt too we'll be getting back to not only Alexandra Park but Addington to wrap up the derby there.
Certainly will, Rosso. We'll be back there shortly on trackside 1 for the aftermath of the Mascara Standard Breds New Zealand Derby. 1 Senorita Tina, 270, 130, 7 Ginger Cole, 260, 2 Stella Force, 280, 1 and 7, 1870, 172 Trifecta, $170.60, 1724, first 4, 998.60. Great incentive to get involved in race 12 with the $5,000 bonus from the TAB into the 12th. The Book Your Function at Hatch 6345 6794. Class 3 and 4 event race 12 at 9:29. Back to Alexandra Park here on TAB trackside 1. As mentioned, we'll have some aftermath with Greg O'Connor and Craig Thompson, and of course the winning driver Tim Williams just cruised past Follow the Stars, Have Faith in Me in the previous The Derby. Full aftermath with Greg and Craig fairly shortly after this one from Alexandra Park. If you didn't catch the previous race, the Group 3 Huapai Tavern QMU Stakes that went to Wesley Silcox. 3 wins on the trot for the Robert Dunn trained son of Courage Under Fire. We'll get that Derby result, and as we do that, we're back at Addington. We'll bring in Craig Thompson, and he'll build into the 7th as well after that great run. Craig, fantastic performance by Have Faith in Me.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. He broke Auckland Reactors' race record that stood for, I think, around about 7 years now, Mark. 309.2. I think Auckland Reactor went 309.4, and he did it tough. Boy, this horse is just getting better and better. It's 2 weeks in a row. He's peeled out of the 1-1 with 1,200 to go to the outside the leader and won easily. He's a very, very good horse. Have Faith in Me beats Follow the Stars, Brilliant Strike. In this year's Derby, 4th, It's Better to Win. So the Pern Rasmussen runners, 3 of the first 4 positions home. Now next at Alexandra Park, we've got a hot favourite here in Fizzy Lizzy, 3,426 live in pick 6. It's been a favourites pick 6, Speeding Spur, Chris and Me, Stent and Have Faith in Me. Speeding Spur started second favourite, 3 favourites, or Have Faith in Me second favourite as well. But predominantly the favourites had a good night here at Eddington Raceway. The next at Alexandra Park, Fizzy Lizzy opened at $5 this morning. I was surprised at the price because she's a mare that when she draws the front likes to go forward. If she can find the front tonight, like she did 2 starts ago, when she beat Love Is a Drug by 4 lengths, she'd be very hard to beat. She's been at the workouts in the last couple of weeks. I think she's a nice each-way chance. Race 7, horse 5, Fizzy Lizzy. I put her on top. The danger, Better Be Amazed, the winner of the Breeders' Stakes at Taranaki. Sat parked out there. Gee, it was a game run. A filly that just keeps getting better and better. She's only had 9 starts, has never been out of the money. 5 wins, 4 placings. This one for Stonewall Stud, typical Bettor's Delight. Starts from the outside of the second row, which is not a great draw, but I think she can be right in it tonight. Number 11, Better Be Amazed. Of the rest, you've got Love Is a Drug from Barrier 1, has gate speed, so must be in the mix. And following it through from the second row is Lusty Mac, who sat on its back last week, used the passing lane for Phil Butcher and won nicely. So for me, it's 5, 11, 1 and 9. 5, 11, 1 and 9 in race number 7 tonight at Alexandra Park. Aaron White, we've had an exciting New Zealand Derby, the Mascara Derby, taken out by Have Faith in Me, sitting back at Alexandra Park and watching that. Don't see a horse sit parked out for the last 1,200 metres in the Derby. Prickett's ears still have the earplugs in at the line and win that easily.
In the 9. Dunstan Horse Feeds, Fillies and Mares. Here they come, 2,200. Set. Green light, Frank Phelan sends them on their journey. Fizzy Lizzie out well with Love as a Drug. You and Me Babe, now Better Be Amazed, getting a lovely run through from the second line. She's up to second already at the Judge 2 to go. Albuquerque getting across from its wide draw, then Lusty Mac. There followed You and Me Babe taken back in the field with its stablemate Liberty Sticks around the stables corner. Further back, Look and Listen, Cyclone Kate, American Angel the last. Out to the 1,800 and Better Be Amazed. Surprisingly was given the lead here by Fizzy Lizzie, so James quite happy to trail with Fizzy Lizzie. And Love as a Drug, 3 back on the inside. 6 lengths, Lusty Mac. There followed Albuquerque, You and Me Babe. On its back is Liberty Sticks, then Look and Listen, Cyclone Kate. And back last, American Angel. 42 and 1 was the lead time, so they pace to the end of the back straight. And the Dunstan Horse Feeds, Fillies and Mares. And Better Be Amazed and Scotty Phelan. A length and a half over Fizzy Lizzie in the trail, and 3 back is Love as a Drug. There's still 5 lengths, Lusty Mac. 4 lengths Albuquerque, You and Me Babe, so the pace is good here. They're followed then by Liberty Stick, Still Look and Listen. As they start running an Indian file now, Albuquerque breaks the line up ahead, so all others will come on to her back. Back in the field, Cyclone Kate and American Angel, 32 and 1 the opening quarter. Better Be Amazed, the Better's Delight filly. We'll work down to the Judge Bell and 1 to go over Fizzy Lizzie, Love as a Drug at Albuquerque. Here's Cyclone Kate and Liberty Sticks getting onto the scene quickly. Stables corner final time, then You and Me Babe. Lusty Mac, Look and Listen, American Angel. 900 to go, Better Be Amazed. Leads a length, Cyclone Kate getting around Liberty Sticks. Fizzy Lizzie with that perfect run in the trail. Love as a Drug, 3 back, then Albuquerque around Lusty Mac, You and Me Babe. Back in the field, Look and Listen and American Angel, 30 and 5 the second quarter. Better Be Amazed, still running along nicely in front, coming strongly Albuquerque, now 3 wide with You and Me Babe. Fizzy Lizzie has the leaders back, then Cyclone Kate. Love as a Drug has something to offer, but locked away, 3 back on the inside as Look and Listen progresses forward out 3. Further back in the field now, Liberty Sticks has had the shuffle up. American Angel and Lusty Mac last on the markers. 400 to go, Better Be Amazed, quarter down the back and 29.6. Up on the outside, Albuquerque, You and Me Babe joins in out 3. Fizzy Lizzie waiting the passing lane. Cyclone Kate, Look and Listen, American Angel to come to the outside, homeward bound. Better Be Amazed, You and Me Babe, Albuquerque, Fizzy Lizzie passing lane. Better Be Amazed, Fizzy Lizzie comes strongly. Better Be Amazed, Fizzy Lizzie strongly off her back now, and Fizzy Lizzie will get home over Better Be Amazed. Lusty Mac rocketing home for 3rd. Just in front of Love as a Drug, then American Angel, Look and Listen. Further back in the field, Cyclone Kate, then Albuquerque. You and Me Babe back in the field with Liberty Sticks and 242.5. The run home and 28. James Dormont, he gets 3 on the program tonight and pulls out another perfect drive. He could have well held the lead here with Fizzy Lizzie. He decided to give the lead off to Better Be Amazed, who he knows can set up a nice tempo in front, and he's used that tempo to ping her on the passing lane. The Taranaki Breeders' Stakes winner. She'll go down gamely in defeat. Lusty Mac last on the turn, up for 3rd in front of Love as a Drug. American Angel will be the next across in the
Official placings, race 7, the Dunstan Horse Feeds, Fillies and Mares, Mobile Pace. 5, 11, 9, 1, 7, 4. 5:11.9, 1:74. Horse 5, Fizzy Lizzy, paced the 2200 metres in 2:42.59. Mile rate of 1:58.9. Last 857.7, the 428. The margins 3/4 of a length, 3/4 of a length ahead. 5:11.9, 1:74. Race 7, the Dunstan Horse Feeds Fillies and Mares Mobile Pace.
Fizzy Lizzy back at the head of the field. Career win 3 at start 10 tonight. Rod McKenzie trained at Tui Karamir, and James Stormont picks up his 3rd victory. Jimmy will come back into the winner's enclosure, be greeted by Gordon Robertson, Auckland Trotting Club steward, to be part of the victory celebrations around Fizzy Lizzy's strong victory here. Raced by RJ McKenzie, JJ McKenzie Hooper, along with Mrs. C.A. Smith and Mrs. N.E. Taylor. McArdle Bay 4-year-old mare. Out of Averill's Adam was bred by Mrs. S.J. Purdue, and Fizzy Lizzy does it in great fashion under the ribbon of light tonight here at Alexandra Park. 11 Better Be Amazed, Better's Delight of Maze, 3-year-old Bay filly, Stonewall Stud Limited and Stonewall Stud number 7 Syndicate. Steve Telfer, Chris Garlick trained at Papakura, Scotty Phelan, 9 Lusty Mac running home strongly, McArdle, that's it. Bay 3-year-old filly for KH and Mrs. I Bowles. Mike Berger trained at Cambridge, and Phil Butcher. Totes will see Fizzy Lizzy return, $3.80, $1.90, $3.80, $1.90, 11 Better Be Amazed at $1.40, $1.49, Lusty Mac, $2.60, $2.60, Quinella, $7.20, $7.20. Trifecta $62.10, $62.10 in the first 4, $139.30, $139.30. 5 and 5 in the double at $21.21. The 5.11 concession $7.40, $7.40.
Going to go back, Beacon fast away with Count the Interest on the inside, Running Bull straight behind them. Doomsday Warrior on the fence, a length and a half to Rel Das and Like a Shadow. Through the first 250, Beacon comfortable in front from Count the Interest, a length and a half. 2 to Running Bull, just tracking up 1 away from the fence, and on the rail Doomsday Warrior. A length and a half back to Rel Das, and at the tail Like a Shadow, down by the 750. Beacon in charge, 3/4 on Count the Interest, going a little bit closer. 2 and a half to Running Bull, given every chance. Doomsday Warrior back, he's inside. 2 lengths to Rel Das, and at the tail of the field is Like a Shadow as they come up towards the bend. 500 metres left to run. Beacon a half in front, Count the Interest off the bit. Running Bull about to be stoked up. Doomsday Warrior back the rail. A length and a half to Rel Das, giving the leader 4, but starting to run on. Like a Shadow left behind. Beacon turns first. Here's Running Bull on the scene after him, and wider out Rel Das trying to hot up. Doomsday Warrior waits on a run. Running Bull got up to Beacon. Rel Das starts to lengthen. Rel Das going after Running Bull, who got the better of Beacon, who's coming back. Running Bull in front. Ollie drives him home, and Running Bull wins it. Running Bull from either Beacon or Rel Das. Doomsday Warrior close up with Count the Interest, and last Like a Shadow, tight finish.
Well, he's got the job done here, has the 3 Running Bull. His 5th win now from 13 starts, and a 10 out of 10 from that man. D. Oliver goes up and sits handy, and the race really changed, didn't it, when those scratchings came out. Charmed Harmony, Burning Front, were likely to settle 1-2. Beacon then's forced to take it up. Just played into the hands of Running Bull beautifully. Was well backed early in the betting, but an overall slight drifter You're unders the tote, but you'd take it. A winning price is a good price, and it'll get in over the stablemate Becken, who certainly gave a good sight. Much better today, as predicted by the stable there, and Jeff O'Connor and Reldas. Look, he was good, or sound, but I think he's run-ended near the line, and you see even over the line and through the line he'd had enough. So he's not displaying those times and sectionals of last campaign when he looked like a group horse winning a couple of races here. But let's focus on the winner, Running Bull. As I say, his 5th win, 4th this distance range at 1200 in fact. 4 of his 5 wins at this trip. His other win was at 1300 metres. And he can go on from this. Only a 4-year-old, still with some scope to work with. All right, Jeff O'Connor, we spoke pre-race. He was confident. He gets
Damien Oliver and Peter Moody getting success with Running Bull in the second on William Reid race night there at Moonee Valley. The third event is set down for 9:45 here on TAB Trackside 1. Addington comes next as we go back once again and relive the Mascara Standard Breds New Zealand Derby aftermath. And a short time after the race, Greg O'Connor caught up with winning driver Tim Williams.
His record for this race. This guy's in rarefied air now. Courage Under Fire, Alva Colo, the only horses to have won the 4 big ones, and he's done this as well, Tim.
Yeah, that's right. It's just a credit to the horse. You know, he's really getting a bit of ring craft now, and he's learning what it's all about. And yeah, like you say tonight, he's just learning to be the ultimate wee professional.
Look, he didn't race that tractability tonight. A couple of times around the bend you could see him get his head on the side. So amazingly, there's still some improvement in him. And looking there, it appears there might be some earplugs still in.
You know, that's dead right, Greg. He still obviously wanders a wee bit at times, and just doesn't concentrate on really what he's doing. He's still very much, in the making, and got a little bit to learn. But yeah, obviously those trips to Auckland have really put a bit of polish on him now, and he's starting to grow up a wee bit.
Follow the Stars in front. Look, he was the pin-up horse last year. I know you weren't at the All-Stars right through that period, but has it surprised everyone around there just how far this guy's come in the last 6 months?
Yes and no, Greg. Like, they always had a wee opinion of him, but like you say, with the quality they had in the barn, he probably flew under the radar there for a long time. And obviously when I started driving him, that suited me. It was you had no pressure from the owners or Mark and Natalie, and it's been great. They just leave it to me, and the horses deserves all the credit.
Yep. Congratulations to you. I think you deserve a wee bit too. You're driving them with great confidence. Well done.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, outstanding drive, Tim Williams. 2 weeks in a row, Greg. He's taken luck out of play at the 1200. It's a pretty big chance to take out of a 1-1 to sit in the breeze for the last lap when you got the favourite in front. But that's the confidence he's got in this horse. And the stable have lost the oldest sister in the last month. They've got a hell of a replacement with this bloke.
I'm blown away by that.
Yeah.
He's beaten Auckland Reactor's record, which I remember being here that night. It was a still night. It was quite warm. The old public stand was still here, and he ran away and won by 8 lengths. You see the way he cruised up to Follow the Stars. I just got one of the great comments from Mark Purdon. He said, no more excuses for my horse. This guy's just simply better than him. He's gone great, Follow the Stars, but he's in a different league, this guy, and he's going to win 3-year-old of the year, and he thoroughly deserves that title.
Home at 55 dead off a race record time, and you were saying afterwards, the earplug's still in?
Earplug's still in.
Amazing.
Oh, the funny part was when I first got to Tim, he said, maybe I should have pulled those plugs. And I've looked up and, just staggering, And look, he didn't race that tractably either. No. He didn't go around all the bends that well. And just blown away by him. All right, let's get into this one, Craig. 90 seconds out from the start. Clear top pig. He'll win this race, Dalton Bromack, provided he steps away. But I'm not worried about that. How do we play this race?
Probably Meticulous is probably the best chance. I think Tim Williams is having a pretty good night tonight. I think that will continue.
You reckon he might rock out there with a bit of confidence?
Well, I think he will after that last race, he's racing okay, Meticulous. That sprint home didn't suit him last week behind a Hoka punter, and he is a good beginner, so I think he's the main danger. Outside him, I think Mediva, Magic and No Doctor needed the stablemates their chances, but I can't see Dalton Bromack beaten.
All right, we'll hear from Mark Purdon. He tells us about Meticulous in this. Mark, he comes out of the Hoka punter race, but like so many in that race, he was running on as expected.
Yes, and Tim was very pleased with his performance on the night, and tonight he's a good stand-start horse, and I think although Dalton Bromack's there, I think he'll be in 3.
Another great night here for the All-Stars team, of course, taking out the Derby in the previous and running the Quinella. Waikiki Beach was so brilliant. Willow was very good too.
Just continues on there.
Yeah, I mean, they got beaten
run
in the trotting Derby, but beaten by a better horse. Speeding Spur was just far too good.
Absolutely, and Prince Fearless was given the run of the race in the trial. So they've had another wonderful night. 3,426 live.
What's happening with the bookmakers, mate?
Well, mate, they're a little bit
tonight?
quiet now. I don't know if they're a little bit gun-shy coming towards me with their multis maybe running through a few favourites tonight, but I'm sure we'll hear from them shortly. I know there was a large bet placed on Chris and me. That was successful, but nothing in the last 20 minutes.
All right, there's Colin DeFilippi and Smoke and Roman. Breathtaking win again from Stent tonight. He comes from a class 4 to a 3, so gets in off the front. I know Blair Orange was quite happy with Dana Duke, who was first up since Blenheim last week and win a good race, Craig. Yes, there are some here that probably have better credentials on paper, but he's going to go a fair way, this horse.
Yeah, Dana Duke. Yeah, I think he will. I think he needed that run the other day, and I can see him stepping away off the front here, Greg. Smoke and Roman's never really that quick away, and if he hands the right one, it may be that horse on screen at the moment, No Doctor Needed, and sits in the trail early on before a Dalton Bromack gets there. Sure, he's an outside first 4 chance.
What about No Doctor Needed? He's first up since Auckland Cup night, where he was good behind stablemate Wesley Silcox, who's won again tonight. Sliding blinds come off.
I think they'll look to put this horse in the race. That's the way he goes best, is when he's on the speed. And he raced well through distinction, right through that Auckland Cup period with distinction. So yeah, I've got him in my top 4 because he's got good stand-start manners.
All right, runners about to be called forward as we come to you, Mark McNamara. That was a sensational derby won by a brilliant 3-year-old.
Yeah, was it what, Greg? There'll be someone else blowing up at home in his mansion, not mentioning his horse. Classy's sister actually held the record that the Have Faith in Me just eclipsed.
Oh, really? Okay.
309.3.
Right. I think the race record was Auckland Reactors, 309.4, so there you go. He's beaten a couple of pretty handy horses there.
Has he? What? Classy's sister, of course, now in America. And, Nige would have been sitting at home. Hold the record. Not anymore, Nige, sorry. Have Faith in Me. And Tim Williams, he partners Meticulous here. Flying the flag for Macmillan's equine feeds too, with the way he's been going. Have Faith in Me. Smoke and Roman, Dalton Bromack. Star of Dionysus, Dana Duke. Meticulous. No Doctor Needed, White Cap John Dunn, Red Cap Dexter, Madiba Magic, Red and Black Quarter Cap Jive and Cullen. Round they come. About to get underway. Dana Duke on the walk up. Racing. Front 2 left quickly. Smoke and Roman and Dana Duke. No Doctor Needed, didn't it? Galloped away. Dalton Bromack was slow off the mark. He is pacing, and galloping out wide on the track too is Madiba Magic. So a few of these in all sorts of bother early. Dana Duke and Smoke and Roman speed past the post, 3 in front of Jive and Cullen. Star of Dionysus running 4th, and River Black's a length and a half in front of Meticulous. 3 Franco Nadai and Dalton Bromack is now 4 in front of Madiba Magic, and No Doctor Needed's 2 lengths away last. It's Dana Duke and Blair Orange out by 2. Trailing second, Smoke and Roman, and 3 lengths away third is Jive and Cullen. 4th Star of Dionysus and 5th River Black inside of Meticulous, who's being followed forward by Dalton Bromack, and the favourite move by Franco Nadai. 2 lengths to Madiba Magic and 3 lengths to No Doctor Needed. Last speed is really hot down the back at the lap and a half, and Dana Duke leads. Meticulous is a length away. Smoke and Roman running 3rd and given a tap with the whip just to keep the back of Dana Duke. In case Meticulous tried to drop in, he'll do better than that. He'll go to the lead. Dalton Bromack is running 4th and left park now. Jive and Cullen 50 inside from Star of Dionysus. Then Madiba Magic. No Doctor Needed in the running line following one of the stablemates. River Black second last, and Franco Nadai's a length and a half away last. Around the turn comes Meticulous with Tim Williams by a length and a half. Dana Duke second and Smoke and Roman third. The lead time 1:16.5 off the stand. Park Dalton Bromack. 4 back the inside is Star of Dionysus. Next Jive and Cullen to the back of the favourite. Next to the inside, River Black. Then Madiba Magic. Last 2, Franco Nadai and No Doctor Needed. Around to go. And Meticulous leads the way. Dana Duke trails, Smoke and Roman 3 pegs. Dalton Bromack parked 4th, and 4 back along the inside row is Star of Dionysus. A length to Jive and Cullen. River Black's on the inside of Madiba Magic. Franco Nadai second last, and No Doctor Needed is a neck away last. First quarter 31.7. And for the Derby driving winner Tim Williams, it's Meticulous turning to the back out near the half mile. Leading by a length and a half over Dana Duke trailing. Park Dalton Bromack, he's had to do it the hard way tonight. 3 back along the inside is Smoke and Roman. Jivan Cullen is on the back of Dalton Bromack, and 4 back on the Peg Star of Dionysus. Leader's getting a pretty good third quarter. Next in is Mediba Magic from No Doctor Needed, River Black. Franco Nadai, second quarter 31.62.7 for the half. And running off the back, Meticulous, probably in the range of somewhere around the 30-second mark, will be this third quarter. He leads a length. Second, Dalton Bromack, and third, Dana Duke. 1 out and 1 back is Jivan Cullen. And next on the outside road then is Mediba Magic, 29.6 for the third quarter. And around the home turn, Meticulous leads. Dalton Bromack called upon now, and he ranged up to Meticulous and he ran on by. Then Dana Duke. Through the middle came Mediba Magic from Jivan Cullen, but it's Dalton Bromack, a length and a half in front. Closing Mediba Magic. Dalton Bromack will fall in. Mediba Magic, wow, what a run. Ditto, No Doctor Needed for third. Jivan Cullen fourth. Then came Dana Duke and Meticulous. Next in Star of Dionysus, followed across by River Black, Franco Nadai and Smoke and Roman. 11 Dalton Bromack, 141.20. Massive effort second and third. 8 Mediba Magic, 370. 4 No Doctor Needed, $1.60. He had to sit Park Dalton Bromack. He was good enough to do it. Last quarter 27.6. 159.9 for the last mile. He might have been lucky, however, Gregory, that the other two put in misdemeanors at the start, and they've gone super, but the favourite wins, much to the relief of all those that took the shorts.
About that, he'll be making his way up to the mile and of course the Messenger, and then back for the Jewels, and punters pretty happy here with that performance. 1 to go here, Mark Cookson, 8 minutes to 10 o'clock. The official start time, I'm sure, will be somewhere near that for the Oldhurst Hotel, the Legend Out West Pace.
Thank you, Greg. As we head to Hattrick Raceway, we've got a $5,000 bonus first 4 into this last here, Rozzo, as we're about to box away.
Thanks, Mark. Yes, personally I'd be anchoring around the 3 Corborn Midget here. Can go on with it. Gets a bonus run in the grade after winning at Manawatu on Monday. 2 Miss Allegro drawn in a little closer is going to help her. 6 Wheelie Chili, a winner 3 back, and can again from a wide draw, although those dogs closer in might have to miss the kick for Willie Chili to be victorious here. Narahoy pretty consistent in the grade off the 8 as we tick over start time for the last. Dogs to the traps here for race 12. Book your function at Hattrick. Class 4s, 1 Class 3 and off the ballot. That's Botany Zendo into box 1. Green and white rug will go forward with Corborn Midget the favourite in the 3. Gold rug there for Fastback King out in 7 Ledger Domain. Back at the races tonight, fresh up. Second line there is Miss Allegro, Homebush Ramona, Wheelie Chili and Narahoy. Corborn Midgets at 250 off the 3. Bunny runs for the last time tonight. We're just about set, nearly there. Racing, Corborn Midget only a fair break. Legend of Main flew out here, and driving through the inside would have been Miss Allegro, Homebush Ramona. Corborn Midget starts to run the inside. Narahoy around the outside. Wheelie Chili getting into the act as well. Fastback King's running hard the rail. Botany Zenbo's out the back here. Miss Allegro's been shuffled up. They come. Homebush Ramona. Narahoy lunges, wins. Narahoy, Homebush Ramona. Then tight third we had Corborn Midget. Fastback King and out wide Wheelie Chili. Legend of Main swallowed up the last pair. Miss Allegro and Botany Zenbo. The 8, Narahoy over the top for Graham and Jen Clark. Gets in the nod from Homebush Ramona. Game. Corborn Midget home third after a moderate beginning, then to 5. Fastback King, he ran a race across the top. 6 of them, 2 lengths, I reckon. Let's see. Legend of Main out fast, fresh up today. Miss Allegro through on the inside. Homebush Ramona was there. Starts to go forward again. Miss Allegro went back through the field. Something's gone amiss, unfortunately. Corborn Midget snuck up the rail. Narahoy just kept coming around the outside. Willie Chili checked on the corner, and Fastback King's driving up between runners. Homebush Ramona was in front till the last couple of bounds. The 8 got over the top and scored, and then that good go for third. Corborn Midget just over Fastback King, and Willie Chili was close up, and then Ledger Domain. Amazing race, really. Let's have a look at the head-on shot here. Corborn Midget, she didn't get out the best today. Homebush Ramona out nicely. Miss Allegro was there early. She drifted back through the field quickly. Legend of Main, though, with that fresh up speed. Couple of awkward strides, banged into the 2. And that's where she started to drift. And the race started to change with Homebush Ramona pushing forward the centre, and Narahoy around the outside with big strides. What have we got on the board here? A 17.72 ahead by 1 3/4 by ahead the margins. And sectionals to follow. Narahoy, a black dog by Thrilling Louis out of Azurosty for the Lifestyle Syndicate. Graham and Jen Clark at Kaitiiki National Park. Run home has been 10.78. So what's that, a 6.94 lead up there. And Narahoy win number 13 at start 78 to wrap up the night's racing here. Of course, we don't go round next Friday night, with it being Good Friday. There's an Easter Monday afternoon meeting here. We're back here on Wednesday. Daryl Robinson will be in the commentary box. I'll be back on Monday with the Group 2 North Island Challenge Stakes, 4:24 the start time for the feature on Monday. And as we wrap up the night, 3 wins for Lisa Ahern, 2 for John McInerney, and the others were well and truly spread around. So on behalf of the team, headed by Bruce Black and the director's chair tonight, and the central team off for a Group 1 day, Manawatu Sires Produce Stakes tomorrow at Awapeni. Huge weekend of racing and, of course, sport. Hopefully on Monday when you see or tune in for the North Island Challenge Stakes, we'll all be basking in cricketing glory. From Hadtrick Raceway, though, we will bid you a very good evening.
Thanks very much for that, Rosso, and thanks for your efforts tonight and the team in the Central Districts on a busy night on TAB Trackside 1. Still got a few races to come domestically, as the premier night at Addington will be wrapping up fairly shortly with a $10,000 bonus first 4 there. $10,000 bonus first 4 into the last of the Auckland Harness, and Craig Thompson will be chiming in from Addington to take us through these last couple here at the Park too. This 8th event coming up is the Spanners and Pipes night on the 10th of the 4th, the $75 plus GST. Mobile Pace. Shandale's the favourite here for the second last event at $2.40 and $1.30 for the place, with support to 2 for Sky Art. Zach Butcher driving this runner, which is placed in its last couple of starts and draws barrier number 1 for the 2,200 metres, driving of course for Barry Purdon, and get some nice finishes behind Trial by Jury and Atomic Blonde its last couple. 3 minutes out as we bring in Craig Thompson back from Addington Raceway to take us into this one. And Shandale, short priced favourite, yeah, but support 2 for Sky Art.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. This is a really good field. Shandale's a 2-year-old taking on the older horses. He raced at Cambridge behind Lazarus. A little bit unlucky there, wouldn't have beaten the winner, but he would have finished an awful lot closer. He's a lovely type. This one owned by Gerald Shand, of course, races in those familiar yellow colours with the white and blue sleeves. Maurice McHenry has the drive tonight. Trains the horse head-to-head here. Sky Art versus Shandale, 225 versus 155. He had his first up run at Alexandra Park back in the early part of February, ran 3rd to Code Black. It was a good run. Morris gave him a freshener. He had a couple of runs at the trials and straight back to Cambridge Race when, boy, it was a good run there. Get the result from Addington, 11, 8, 4 and 9. Dalton Bromack, 141, 20. Mediba Magic, good in second, 370. No Dr. Needed, lost a stretch at the start. Made up good ground, $1.60. Quinnella's 16.50. Trifecta 11, 8, 4s, 59.40. First 4, 11, 8, 4 and 9, $176.80. Update pick 6 for you very, very shortly. So back to Shandale. Yes, lovely 2-year-old taking on the older horses. Wanganui, 8, 4, 3 and 5. 8, 4, 3 and 5 at Wanganui race number 12. Horse that I do think the main danger to Shandale is number 2, Eyebrow. Watched him at the trials in the last 3 or 4 weeks. Geez, look good. He's got a bit of gate speed. He's drawn barrier 2. David Butcher takes the drive. Now, ironically, Maurice McHenry's been driving him at the trials, but Maurice obviously training Shandale will be driving tonight. So David Butcher's pinch hitting for Paulette Screen, and he's done that in the past with plenty of luck. Obviously, Regal Petite comes to mind as we get that result at Addington in the pick 6 after 5 legs, 2,564 live. Dalton Bromack getting home in the 5th leg. So 3 to beat 2, Eyebrow. Definite each way chance, best value in the race for me. 3 to beat 2, 1 Sky Art from the draw. And of the rest, I thought number 6, Duke of Albany, a former Mark Purdon and Natalie Rasmussen trained runner, owned by the Butterworths, now in the hands of Tony Hurley. 3, 2, 1 and 6. 3, 2, 1 and 6 in race number 8. Let's head upstairs. Aaron White, 30 seconds out from race number 8. Shandell, he was a very nice second behind Lazarus at Cambridge last start, and he takes on the older horses tonight.
Yeah, he's a nice 2-year-old. He's on top, 3-1-2-4. More importantly, quickly, Craig, with Ideal Bell. I've just had it from John Muirhead coming in and just advising me on Ideal Bell that there were no post-race clinical abnormalities when the horse came back to the stables. The post-race recovery was good. So Barry Purdon a wee bit dumbfounded, as we all are, with the performance of Ideal Bell tonight. He said that she worked well through the week. They had a blood taken off her on Monday. That was all clear. So Barry will get Ideal Bell scoped and will let stewards Banners and Pipes night, 10th of April, $75 plus GST mobile pace. Come and join like minds from the Spanners and Pipes industry for a great night here at Alexandra Park in the Tasman Room. $75 plus GST, alexpark.co.nz. You get the delicious buffet and the beverage package, which lasts up to the last race. Here we go. 2200 Spanners and Pipes night, the 10th of April, green light, and they're off. Sky Art nicely out. Eyebrow, the debutante, will drop down and take the early trail. Is coming forward Duke of Albany. He wants the lead at the judge 2 to go, and the Iceman will find it 2 on the start. Oh, he's galloped. Duke of Albany galloped when he was looking to take over, and he's galloped going to that stables corner. So Shandale now up to second around Eyebrow. They're followed 3 lengths away in the field then to Mighty Regal. Back on an even keel is Duke of Albany. Galloping Kingston at the tail, and getting past that was Barabbas. So into the back, and the 2-year-old's about to mosey up around Sky Art. Shandale, his name, and Morris McKendry, the Magic Man, will take the runner donned in the Shan colours onto the lead, and a lead time of 42. So that's a very good lead time, especially for a 2-year-old doing a bit of work in the early stages. Sky Art in the trail, 3 back is Eyebrow. They're followed then by Mighty Regal as they work the showgrounds turn. Back in the field then to Duke of Albany. They're followed then by Barabbas, and back last was Kingston. So working off the showgrounds turn and about to work down the lane, and 1,250 metres left to pace. Spanners and Pipes night, the 10th of April, $75 plus GST pace, and the opening quarter in 32.3. So got a cheap one there, Shandale, the Art Major colt. Moving forward again, Duke of Albany on the outside, around Sky Art in the trail. Back on the inside, Eyebrow, now 3 back. Barabbas in the 1-1, tracked up by Kingston, and last on the inside, Mighty Regal. Stables quarter final time. Shandale with Duke of Albany. Well, he's negotiated the stables corner a lot better than he did first time round. Back on the inside is Sky Art. Barabbas 1-1 as Duke of Albany really putting the pressure into this 2-year-old. 30-6 was that second quarter. 3 back on the inside, Eyebrow, then Kingston, and away from the mark is last Mighty Regal. Shandale down the back. The Magic Man still has a good grasp of the 2-year-old, although being pressured by Duke of Albany. Sky Art's had the lovely run in the trail for Zach Butcher. Up on the outside, Barabbas 1-1. Kingston comes forward 3. He'll be shunted out 4 as Barabbas will get out of the 1-1. Eyebrow all dressed up, nowhere to go and getting around it. Mighty Regal, 400 to go. And Shandale, he's found a nice kick there too. 30-6 beats off the advances of Duke of Albany. Kingston's out wide as they come to the corner. They're followed by Barabbas, Sky Art, and Mighty Regal and Eyebrow homeward bound. Shandale a length and a half. Sky Art now 2 away. Then Barabbas, passing lane Eyebrow. Then Mighty Regal. Shandale 100 to go. Here's a very nice 2-year-old. He's done the work at the start, and look at him pace away in the end, and a final quarter in 27.7. He'll win it by 5. Sky Art second, Eyebrow third, then Barabbas. They were followed by Mighty Regal. Further back in the field, Kingston, and last Duke of Albany, 2:43.4 the time. And as I mentioned, 27.7, 30.6 was a quarter down the back. And, he's done that in fine fashion, the 2-year-old. And 2:41.2 is the 3-year-old record for Border Control. But, in fact, no, that was, that is the record for the 2200. So Shandale, he's gone close to that, a couple of seconds outside, but he put in a 42 lead time. Then he's been pressured by Duke of Albany at the 400. When the Magic Man said go, did he find another gear? And then he found another one in the home straight. And he's put the maidens to bed in very, very good fashion.
Official placings, race 8, the Spanners and Pipes night on the 10th of April, $75 plus GST mobile pace. 312745. 312745. Horse 3 Shandale paced the 2200 metres in 243.48. Mile rate of 159.5. Last 858.4. 427.7. The margin 6.5 lengths, a half neck, 1.5 lengths. 312745. Race 8, the Spanners and Pipes night on the 10th of April, mobile pace.
There's a beautiful 2-year-old by Art Major out of Delightful Dale. And Gerald Shand, the owner, Morris McKendry, the trainer-driver out of Pukekohe, and the Magic Man, the New Zealand Trotting Hall of Fame sponsored rangeman, comes back for the second time tonight into the victory circle, greeted by Johnny McRae down there after the Spanners and Pipes night, 10th of April, $75 plus GST. Mobile pace, lovely win. Plenty to like about that. Bred by Brecon Bloodstock Limited, so yet another individual winner bred from the Brecon property. One Sky Art for second to make it an Art Major Quinella. This a 3-year-old bay gelding out of Sky Beauty, raced by the Hedges, BA, along with Mrs. HA and GC Sweeney. Barry Purden trained at Clevedon, Zach Butcher. 2 Eyebrow in for a third. And Live or Die Tact Filly, 4-year-old bay gelding, raced by WA and Mrs. PS Screen, along with GB Penfold, Mrs. L Penfold, Mrs. GB Bassett and Miss J Delaney. Paulette Screen trained at Pookie and David Butcher. 3 Shandale, $1.90, $1.40, $1.90, $1.40. 1 Sky Art, $1.50, $1.50. No third for 2 Eyebrow. Quinella, $2.40, $2.40. Trifecta, $11.40, $11.40. In the first 4, $52.80, $52.80.
Braden Compound a further 2 lengths at the rear. They're up towards the 1400 metres mark, and Vendela looks like crossing now. He gets 3/4 in front. Mendeville from Feisty Bill, who continues to want to get the head up in the air. Settler's Way will now sit outside the leader. 3 points well poised. Fourth on the outside of Let Me Down Gently, all the way from Narra Court in South Oz. A length and a half to Calibrate, and still Compound last. They've finally sorted their order out, the front runners. Mendeville in charge for Pat Maloney, leading by a length and a half. Settler's Way at the 1,000 1,000 metre marker. Neck Feisty Bell and a length and a half to 3 points. Let Me Down Gently buried back the fence. Calibrate second last after that tardy getaway and still Compound last. Mendeville not out to break records. Comes down the side. He's about to cast the 800 metre marker in his wake. 1.5 on Settler's Way chasing and 3/4 Feisty Bell. A length away 3 points. He just hit a bit of a flat spot there, 3 points. Came off the bit and Noonan had to get stuck into him. Then came Let Me Down Gently on the fence. Calibrate coming 3-4 wide now starting his run as 3 points picks up the bit just and 2 lengths away Compound. Mendeville doing it well before the bend. A length and a half in front. Feisty Bell getting away from the fence, the pursuer. Then Settler's Way. Let Me Down Gently look the only other chance from Calibrate as they turn. It's Mendeville front runner. Feisty Bell a length and a half away. Let Me Down Gently starting to gather momentum. Mendeville flattens in front a length and a half. Feisty Bell and Let Me Down Gently starting to come on strongly. Let Me Down Gently. The girls. Let Me Down Gently moves up for Christine Poole. Sue Dent hits the lead and wins the money. Let Me Down Gently from Mendeville. Feisty Bell third. Calibrate fourth from Compound. Settler's Way and 3 points. A flop. He ran last.
Oh, long drive from over the border, but a terrific win for Let Me Down Gently, who's building a terrific CV. That's the 5th win from just 8 starts, and yet to run a bad race in her career. She sits off the speed for Christine Pools, gets to the outside and runs down Mendeville, who certainly looked the winner on the turn. There was still a kick left. Just had no answer late for the winner.
And wrapping that one very shortly from the Valley, but just one to go here at Addington tonight, the Oldhurst Hotel, the Legend Out West Pace, and runners completing their preliminaries, and we're inside 4 minutes out from this one. Boundary Road, $4, $1.75, $6.70 and $2.50. Look, there's plenty of reasons to like this filly, Craig, but gee, it's a big ass jumping up to one win up to 2,600 metres, and a filly from a stand where she's had 2 goes and missed away both times.
Yeah, this is a big ask for her tonight. I don't doubt the ability. We saw that last start. A couple of concerns is stepping up in grade and also where she's drawn from a standing start. She don't have to be a length slow and they'll come across her early on. So manners are the key with her. Can she win? Absolutely, but she will need a little bit of luck in the running. Interesting, the 3 favourites are all out of maidens last start, including Regal Ideal, who bolted in last start. Of course, beat Mighty Empire at Invercargill. Mighty Empire had a couple of excuses because he got held up across the top, but this one won nicely. Regal Ideal, son of American Ideal, got a bit of breeding beside its name. Tony Barron, Dexter Dunn combined, but a pretty good strike rate through the season, that combination, and just drawn the second row, Greg, a little bit of a concern.
It is, as we have a look at the first 4 pool here, Craig, and it's well over 20,000. I even saw last night, I'm pretty sure it got over 30,000 at the Manawa too, so it's been a great promotion. So if it hasn't been your night, and look, for most punters it has been. There's only been one real race that didn't quite pan out, and that was Speeding Spur beating Prince Fearless, but the rest of them multi-wise have rolled in. It's been
pretty much a favourites night, isn't it? Have Faith and Me beat, of course, the favourite, Follow the Stars being second favourite, but other than that, it's been a favourites night. For me in the last, I was very keen on Shrieks of Delight. Just at a bit of value. That value is gone. In fact, that's been well and truly punted. $26 into $7. Shrieks of Delight, a mare that's won 2 races. She was good enough to race in some good 3-year-old fillies races last season. Her first up run here behind Boomgate was really good. She was last at the 800. She made up good ground. Gavin Smith drove there. John Dunn takes the drive tonight. I thought she's a bit of each way. Definitely have her in your first 4s.
All right, in terms of pick 6 here tonight, let's have a look and see some of those will pays, and they'll be pretty short, Craig, one would imagine, as we mentioned many of the favourites, of course. Speeding Spur into Chris and Me, Stent, Have Faith in Me, and Dalton Bromag, and the pick 6 dividend. Well, this is the most tricky race of the night. There we go, 2,500 live, just over that. Short way home, $51 with Regal Ideal. So $51 for pick 6 on a premier night at Addington.
Well, it sounds like Alexandra Park, doesn't it, with their hotties, but it's been one of those nights with Chris and Me being an anchor. And of course,
$65 Boundary Row, $70 Ideal and Diamonds, Jacko about $95. Yeah, it looked like that way on paper.
This was going to be the hardest leg because it was an open C1 stand with horses coming out of maidens, and tricky race to last. Go a little bit wider with your first 4s. If I'm playing a first 4, this is how I'd play it. I'd be playing 1, 14 and 16 on top. That's Boundary Road, Regal Ideal and Shrieks of Delight on top. I'd include Ideal and Diamonds in the mix as well. And the other one I actually quite like, Greg, for a little bit of value is Little Tess. She's raced with distinction in better fields than this. I mean, she raced against the likes of Willow.
She's won, what, 4 or 5 races?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I just thought drawn out wide wouldn't be a disadvantage for her. She's got a good standing start record. Yeah, I thought 4-win horse, well placed in this race.
All right, been great having Craig Thompson here. Mark McNamara, as we come up to you for the last time tonight. A whirlwind night once again when so many good horses turn up on the track and win. They're always memorable.
Has it what? I've got a question. I meant to go and check, but I forgot. It might be Boundary Row. Might make more sense than Boundary Row. A row over the boundary.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to go Boundary Row because that's what we called it last time, but I'm going to check. And if it is Row, I apologise to the owners.
All right. So, I'll go with you.
Anyway, we'll go Row tonight. Might change next time. Jacko for me. I think it'll go good race at odds to beat 13, 14 and 6. Coming up for the Yaldhurst Hotel, the Legend Out West base. Boundary Row gets set. Holston Bromack. Ideal in Diamonds and Jacko out of sight. 4-star Shiraz, Can Do. Go Collect, Regal Ideal, Shrieks of Delight. Fabulo. Ready. Lambkin Bundy off, they're racing. Boundary Row galloped off the inside. Go Collector's out roughly 2. Ideal in Diamonds is not. It's going to lead over Holston Bromack. And coming forward quickly is 4-star Shiraz with Jacko getting right through the middle to head them all off. Then out of sight and Ken Yu. Regal Ideals on the outside of Fabulo and a length and a half to Little Lion Man and Little Tess. Next is Coyote from Shrieks of Delight, Boundary Row. Second last is Red Under Fire and Go Collectors last. It's Jacko in control, margins 2 lengths over Ideal in Diamonds. Parked up third Ken Yu. Holston Bromack, 3 back the inside, 4th with Regal Ideal, 3 wide. In between horses, 4-star Shiraz and a length and a half out of sight. Boundary Rose over on the inside from Fabulo. Red Under Fire's down on the pegs and a length and a half to Little Lion Man. On the inside, Go Collect from Little Tess, Coyote and Shrieks of Delight is last. Regal Ideal is going to press forward and roll to the lead. Margins a length and a half over the now trailing Jacko and parked up third Ken Yu. 3 back along the inside is Ideal in Diamonds. 4-star Shiraz 5th and 1-1. Coyote or other Holston Bromack's over next to the inside. And Dinekaway is out of sight from Boundary Row now off the pegs. Red Under Fire went through next to the markers from Go Collect and Fabulo. A length and a half to Little Lion Man, trailed by Little Tess, Coyote and Shrieks of Delight. It's Regal Ideal and Dexter Dunn with the lead time in 1:18.2. Leading a length and a half on the trailing Jacko. Park Can Do and Ideal in Diamonds, 3 back the inside. Next is 4-star Shiraz. Holston Bromack 4 deep on the pegs from out of sight around Red Under Fire. Fabulo 3 wide starts a move. On its back is Little Lion Man around Boundary Row. And to the inside of them Go Collect. Then Little Tess and Coyote in the last one, but aboard the train is Shrieks of Delight. First quarter's in 33.1. George Simon, who part owns this leader, will have a grin on him like a carpet python in a foul house to pinch a tappy. Leads a length and a half. Second parked up as Ken Du and third the leader's back as Jacko. 1 out and 1 back as 4-star Shiraz and 3 wide Fabulo. 3 back along the inside as Ideal in Diamonds and in between horses out of sight. 3 wide Little Lion Man trailing from Little Tess. Holston Bromack's on the inside from Boundary Row. Shrieks of Delight's hooking out 4 wide. And then Red Under Fire, Coyote and Go Collect. Regal Ideal gets to the 600 metre mark and with the second quarter in 31.4. 64.5 for the half and leads Kanju. Out there 3, no 4 wide. Shrieks of Delight, Fabulo's 3 wide and Jacko's waiting on the Stunning Cullen at Pineleaf Farm passing lane. Next 4-star Shiraz, Little Tess is 5 wide and then Ideal and Diamonds and out of sight. Regal Ideal stoked up now, leads a length and a half Jacko, who at the moment looks the only danger if there is one. And then came Kanju and Shrieks of Delight. Third quarter 29.5. Regal Ideal leads. Jacko's an echo away. It's still Regal Ideal over Jacko. Shrieks of Delight and Little Lion Man, but Regal Ideal, in the words of George, let's bring it on. And Regal Ideal won it. Beat Jacko and Little Lion Man. Then Shrieks of Delight. Next to go by is Ideal in Diamonds from 4-star Shiraz, Boundary Row, Little Tess, Go Collect, out of sight, Coyote, Kanju, Fabulo, Red Under Fire, and Holston Bromack is the last one in. 16, 4 and 13. 6 Regal Ideal, 461.90. 4 Jacko, 2.30. And 13 Little Lion Man at $3.90. He doesn't come up here for nothing, Tony Barron. Last quarter, 28.9, 2.9 for the last mile. Thanks to Al for clocking New Zealand records and all tonight. The last certainly wasn't Dexter. It was a good old-fashioned pinch-a-thon in the lead with that 64.5 first half of the last mile. Jacko led early, trailed. Little Lion Man has gone super, and Shrieks of Delight has gone well in third spot. He can find a horse, G. Simon, can't he? Be it Galloper, a pacer. He's turned up with one in Invercargill. It's come up to Addington and won the last. Boys, good evening to you and good evening, everyone.
Yeah, nice calling tonight as well, Mark, and congratulations to George and Marianne and Winsome Dormer and all of the other owners involved. Karen Calder, I think's in there too. The American Ideal out of Shards A Flying. I asked George after this horse won down south, is that you? GW and M. Simon. I didn't think it could be anyone else, and he said, yes, Dexter said we might have a bit of fun with this one. I think they're going to.
Yeah, and
sure.
what a good race to win too. $20,000 C1 race. Congratulations to you, George. Nice drive by Dexter. Pinched the race middle stages, kicked at the top of the straight, and Jacko, who trailed throughout, fought on nicely to run second. But he's a son of American Ideal. They get better, and he's got a future in front of him. Let's get the judges' call for the final time here at Addington Raceway.
Ideal. Second, 4 Jacko. And third, 13 Little Lion Man. Fourth has gone to 14 Shrieks of Delight from 3 Ideal and Diamonds and 9 4 Stars Shiraz. 16 4 13, 14 3 9. The margins 1 1/4 length, 3/4 of a length, 1 1/4 lengths, a short neck. The winner's time was 3:21.3, a mile rate of 2:04.6. The last 858 seconds. Last 428.7, and good night from the judges' box.
Good manners at the start for this 3-year-old, worked around, had to do a bit of work to get the lead off Jacko, but once there, Dexter was able to dictate from the top end, and he's won very nicely here in the last. We'll get the judges' call, we'll get the dividends through, and that'll include the quaddie and pick 6, first 4, which got over 30 again, so it'll pay nicely, and it has. 460 and 190 for Regal Ideal. Jacko 230, Little Lion Man at 390. 1420 your Quinella. The trifecta's paid 252.60, 252.60, and your first 4, 16, 4, 13 and 14. Good run, Shrieks of Delight. Gee, it did some work. $1,993.90. Did complete the double, treble, quaddie, place in pick 6. Treble's paid $21.30, $21.30. Have faith in me. The first leg, of course, with Dalton Bromack and now a Regal Ideal. The quaddie, 3, 5, 11 and 16. So that was Stent in the first leg, $33.10, $33.10. And place 6 paid $3.10. That's exactly $3.10. And pick 6 tonight,
3/4, 1 1/4 and a short neck.
which plenty would have got themselves a share of that. That's T. Barron to the right. 482.70, $51.70, 683, 511, 16. Craig Thompson, some serious racehorses on that page.
Have a look at them. Speeding Spur, Chris and me, Stent, Have Faith in Me, and Dalton Bromack. And George is thinking Regal Ideals in that category as well, I'm sure. $51.70 tonight's pick 6.
Yeah, well done to you if you got yourself a piece of that. But let's go back and have a look at our Group 1s from this evening. If you missed any of those, you're able to tune into them now. We go back to the Trotting Derby to kick things off, as we saw there with the pick 6. It looked a race in 2 on paper, but that was taken care of nice and early, Craig Thompson, by a positive drive from Joshua Dickey.
He did. Moved to mid-stages, grabbed the front at the mile marker, and he didn't just win, he won very, very easily. Prince Phyllis had his chance at the top of the straight. He came off his back, didn't go the passing lane, but he sticks his little head out, this bloke, and he tries really hard. I know Josh was extremely happy. One of his good owners passed away during the week, and this is a fitting win.
Yeah, big win for the connections of Speeding Spur. It was good, Prince Fearless. Abibdi Ivy, she backed up from the Oaks and went another cracking race, and she's one that I know Blue or Orange is looking forward to driving well into the future. She has a big future given the size of her and her development. That was a good effort against those boys.
It was, backing up from last week and winning the Oaks and straight against the big boys tonight. And yeah, she's a lovely man. Great gate speed. I'd like to see her in the Jewels.
Absolutely. Now let's move on to, well, a race that took about 20 minutes to get underway, and it was the Group 1 Fred Shaw Trotting Championship. Stent was all the rage, but he was getting pretty worked up before the start. He took care of business, though, from, well, a position that most people didn't expect him to be in, Craig, and that was back in the field.
Absolutely. Colin De Philippi alluded to you that he may not come off the gate, and he certainly didn't do that. He ended up three back on the outside when we bring them from about the 400 metre mark. Master Lavros, a great drive, Mark Jones, had taken off at this point. He'd gone 4 lengths in front. At this stage, Prime Power was hitting the chase. Unfortunately, he had a gallop, and Stent, who was making his run, was probably 5 lengths off them, but it's typical of Stent. When he's got one cold shot at them, he can really round them up, and he did that again tonight in very good time, Greg. Outstanding performance, carried on his winning way from Australia.
Yeah, exactly. He ran down last year's winner of that race in Master Lavros. A much improved performance from him, though. Mark Jones delighted as he heads towards the Anzac Cup and Rowe Cup, where, well, he and Stent have had a great rivalry over the last couple of seasons.
It'll continue on. Yeah,
well,
I'm looking forward to it. It's been great to have Stent back in the north.
Well, Stent's been standing alone, hasn't he? He's been clearly the best. He's won 6 Group 1s this season. He's now a $1 million earner. He needs some horses to challenge him, and Master Lavros is clearly one capable of doing that.
It's been Shimon. It's probably tested him at Alexandra Park, albeit from a better draw on the way the race panned out. But he was good again tonight, Shimon, running on for third. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting come to Auckland.
Move to the Derby, and many were expecting Follow the Stars to turn the tables on Have Faith in Me. It hadn't been the case as the seasons unfolded, and tonight was no different. And have a look at how well this horse has won the Derby. He's just cruising there. What we didn't know at this stage, he's still wandering around a wee bit. He's still not that tractable, but he's just simply too good for them. No earplugs out. Hasn't even pulled those, and he broke not only, obviously, the race record of Auckland Reactors, but the national record held by Classy's sister.
Yeah, and it was the dominance that he did it inside the last 200 metres. He looks across at Mark Purd and Tim Williams and said, I've got you again. 2 weeks in a row. Well, 3 now if you count Auckland. He's a lovely, lovely, lovely horse. He's nothing to look at as a specimen, but he's just got that family. I mean, that Excuse Me family, the Adore Me family. It's incredible. Massive win tonight. One of the best I've seen. It was my highlight here at Eddington Raceway.
Yep, for sure it has been, and of course owned by the Dunfords, who have been putting so much money into the game in the last decade or so. All right, that's been us, Craig. Thanks very much for your help tonight. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, mate, it's great being on track with you, Greg, tonight with the group racing here at Eddington Raceway. The weather conditions didn't play their part, but it still panned out very quick night time-wise on the track. New Zealand records have been run and won. It was a pleasure being here.
All right, we'll have Craig Thompson with us on the box seat on Wednesday night as we review all of that, Mark Cookson, and you've got this one still to come from the park.
Thank you, Greg, and thank you, Craig. And yes, Easter Cup night next Saturday night during Easter. 2.5 minutes away from our next out of Alexandra Park, as the team mentioned here. Race number 9, we've got a first 4 carry forward, or a first 4 bonus here too. We've got over $30,000 for the last at Addington Raceway tonight, 10,000 here, 18,200 the current pool, 1, 7, 2 and 3 for Aaron White, and we'll grab a quick comment from Addington Raceway from Craig Thompson as we lead into this final event on the program. Craig, 7, 1, 4 and 3 for you as we get ready for this bonus first 4.
Absolutely. Ideal Quest was at the workouts on Saturday. Mark led them up, got run down there, so she's got gate speed, she's got an inside draw, and there is no second row here, so I expect her to lead quite easily. Is she a $1.50 shot? I suggest not. Can she win? Absolutely. I would be putting her on top, but I want a bit of cover. The horse on screen, definitely a quick one. Stephen Reed's got this filly going really well at the moment. She's off the Unruly, which is not a great draw for her, but there's only 7 in the race, and I thought the last 2 runs have been really good. The third last start was okay. The previous run was even better, and that was behind Joe and Ed No Better. That form's been franked. Of course, the horse that ran second last night at Manawatu won the last. I thought she's an each-way chance of upsetting the favourite. Runner 7, a quick one. 1 Ideal Quest in the mix. 2 best value out of the race. 2 horses I thought saw trial on Saturday. Both of them went very well. Moulin Bromac, by Better's Delight, runner number 4, and 3 Wirianda Pipe, who's at around about $15, second outsider of the field. Bang them both into your first 4s. They are first 4 chances on their work on Saturday. They both trolled up very nicely. For me, it's 1, 7, 4 and 5 to finish the night. at Alexandra Park. Aaron, what has it come to you? Only about 30 seconds out from the last tonight. It's been a pretty good night there at Alexandra Park. They're running really good times. Of course, Wesley Silcock's very good in winning the standing start race there tonight. In the last, tricky race, the last only 7 runners, but pretty hot favourite here in number 1, Ideal Quest.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Ideal Quest. Simon Lawson, Ray Green on the back of some pretty good workout form. Comes up with the right draw. 7, a quick one. Recent form's been good around the Elsu filly, 2 Eden Page. She was running on at Cambridge when she galloped at the point of the home turn, so give her another chance tonight, Phil Butcher. And Wirrianda Piper out of the speedy Wirrianda Song, a Holmes Hanover filly for Reese and Penny Fensom. 1723, Steward John Muirhead's just come down and told me too, Craig, that Ideal Bell, she has been scoped here and clear airway. So the whole team at a loss to what to put that performance down with Ideal Bell and the feature pace. So a big thanks to our stewards, our course vet, and all the Barry Purdon team too for keeping us informed on Ideal Bell. But everybody's at a loss as to what happened with her in the feature race tonight, Craig. The runners in behind the Alabar Arm. And $40 per person dining packages for the Autumn Trotting Carnival. Be another great carnival here under the ribbon of light at Alexandra Park. Green light is up. They're off in the last and getting out strongly here to be the early leader, Blue Ellen, but Ideal Quest, the favourite, will use the 8 of the ace draw and hold out that advance. In the trail, Eden Page as they work on to the stables corner. They're followed by Wirrianda Piper back in the field then to Des Luna, who gallops around that stables corner. Underneath it, Moulin Bromac, and back last, a quick one. 1,800 metres left to go as they pace up into the back straight. And Ideal Quest, the American Ideal filly, and Simon Lawson away by 3. Eden Page and Phil Butcher in the trail, and 3 back is Wirrianda Piper. They're followed by Blue Allen's been taken back to 4th to find a spot on the marker line as they run through the lead time in 42.3. Back in the field, Des Luna, Moulin Bromac, and a quick one still being patiently handled by Stephen Reid back last, the Elsu filly. They sweep across the showgrounds turn with 1,400 metres left to go. The last favourite of the night, Ideal Quest, under a nice rain in front. A length and a half, Eden Page, Wirrianda Piper. Here's a quick one starting to progress forward now up on the outside of Blue Ellen. About to take the 1-1, Des Luna and Moulin Bromac, and Nicky Chilcott back last, 1,200 to go down the lane. Ideal Quest opening quarter, 32.9. By 2, Eden Page trailing, a quick one, 3rd and Park, and only inching forward on the outside around Wirrianda Piper, the Holmes Hanover filly on debut. 3 back the inside for Reese Fensom. Des Luna and Zach Butcher in the 1-1 as they work the stables corner final time this evening. On its back is Moulin Bromac, another debutant around Blue Ellen. So the 7 paces head out to the 800 metres Autumn Trotting Carnival, 17 and 24 April pace, and the second quarter in 30.6. Ideal Quest, the favourites, had a beautiful time in front. Leading by a length on the outside, a quick one, Eden Page trailing at stablemate Des Luna 1-1. Wirrianda Piper all dressed up, nowhere to go. 3 back on the inside, a length, Moulin Bromac, and Blue Ellen, 500 to run. Ideal Quest at the end of the back straight, only by a neck, a quick one, gets up alongside now to put some pressure into this favourite at the 400, in fact goes on to the lead, quarter down the back in 28.8. Ideal Quest, she's going to have to find something here, she's not finding much. Up on the outside, Eden Page has run to second, then Wirrianda Piper, Moulin Bromac down the outside, a quick one for home. Eden Page, Wirrianda Piper, favourites gone, Moulin Bromac and Blue Ellen, it's a quick one in front, 100 to go. Eden Page comes strongly on the outside, but a quick one holding on, and a quick one's going to get the business done nicely tonight. A quick one's in by half a length. Eden Page, Wirrianda Piper 3rd, Moulin Bromac 4th. They were followed Blue Ellen. Ideal Quest, she pricked like a balloon and popped at the 400. Further back in the field then to Des Luna will be the last in 2:44.4 and 29.5 the run home. A quick one, the Elsu filly Bob Lund along with Les Purden, PK Lucas the owners, Stephen Reid, Simon McMullen the trainers, and Reid Man out there doing the business himself gets the job done over Eden Page. A good run. Good to see do everything right tonight. Wirienda Piper, a tidy debut too for the Fensoms in front of Moulin.
Official placings, race 9, the Autumn Trotting Carnival on the 17th and 24th of April, mobile pace. 723451. 723451. Horse 7, a quick one. Pace the 2200 metres in 2:44.40. That's mile rate of 2 minutes, 0.2. Last 858.4. 429.5. The margins are neck, 1.5 lengths, 7.5 lengths. 723451, race 9, the Autumn Trotting Carnival on the 17th and 24th of April, mobile pace.
Judge Graham McLennan's final call tonight to a quick one. Raced by Bob Lund, Les Purden and PK Lucas. Congratulations to you, Stephen Reid, Simon McMullen, trained at Pukekohe, and the Reid Man doing the job nicely with the El Sue slip-in filly, bred by the Lucases, PK and JC, along with Les Purden and Bob Lund. And career win 1 at start 10 tonight. Paul Lowther was down there, part of the victory celebrations. To Eden Page, Santana Blue Chip Bay, 3-year-old filly out of Epic for a second. P.A. Butcher and Mrs. E.J. Butcher, the owners. John and David trained at Cambridge. Philip doing the driving. And in for third, 3, Wirienda Piper, a tidy debut by the Holmes Hanover Brown 3-year-old filly. Out of Wirienda Song for the estate of D.R.A. Eden and Mrs. R.H. Eden. Penny Fensom trained at Pukekohe, Reese Fensom. Totes in the last. 7, a quick one. $3.70 and $2.10, $3.70 and $2.10. To Eden Page returns $4.70, $4.70. And no third for Wirienda Piper. Quinella, $23.30, $23.30. Trifecta, $213.40, $213.40. First 4, $943.10, $943.10. 3 and 7, the final double returns $5.10, $5.10. 3 and 2 concession at $6.10, $6.10. The 5-3-7 treble, $35.50, $35.50. And the final quaddie, 5, 3 and 7, $119.90, $119.90. And place 6 tonight, $283.40, $283.40. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings the curtain down on what's been another great night's action here under the ribbon of light at Alexandra Park. We do it all again in a couple of weeks' time, Friday the 10th of April, and that will be Spanners and Pipes race night. You can join us, $75 per person into the Tasman room there. It includes the delicious buffet and beverage package, which will last until the start of the last race on New Zealand beers, wines, juices and soft drinks. Till we see you on the 10th of April, Aaron White from the commentary box, bidding you all a very good evening.